the optimal decision is not to sit back and wait and not do anything until everything is crystal clear. We are clear on which direction things are evolving, and up until then we don't do anything. That is not the optimal decision, because the self-movement of all these systems is not necessarily in the right direction. There are dynamics, there are feedback loops that if the government feels that they are completely left on their own, if the opposition feels that they are completely squeezed out of everything, either by donors or by development partners or by the government, then there are coping mechanisms that kick in which do not bode well for the future of the country. So it is far better to engage, take risks that go with engagement, because those risks, if properly managed, those are much smaller than the risks of not engaging. Given the high level of uncertainty and given the immediate humanitarian needs, their decision is that they will take all the funding that went to development needs, which are by definition somewhat longer term, and take those resources and put them into humanitarian support. I'm the first to accept and agree and argue that humanitarian support is necessary in the current circumstances. If people face the risk of being totally unsafe, or they face the risk of disease or famine, obviously they need to be helped. But there is also a need in this mix of support for South Sudan of longer-term development thinking, because if that is missing, then we will reproduce this humanitarian crisis 1 year down the road and further. This is a country that has fabulous potential. It has natural resource wealth. It has an extremely young population. It has a lot of things going for it. It is in a dynamic region of Africa, in Eastern Africa. So if gains from trade could be engaged to support growth, the country could produce double-digit growth for many, many years to come. Mm-hmm. So there is potential. Everything now hinges on finding a sustainable way out from violence.